Hey everyone, my name is Craig from Flying Wheels. I own a small car dealership in New Hampshire, and today's video is all about the Toyota manufacturing company, Toyota Tundra, and why I will never, ever, absolutely buy a Toyota Tundra ever again. But on top of that, we're gonna talk with my right-hand guy, the guy who really gets his hands dirty. We're gonna talk with German today about why he loves Toyota so much. Let's get started. Nice scarf.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Craig from Flying Wheels. Welcome to our Flying Wheels YouTube channel. I own a car dealership and all of our car videos are car related. So if you're into car stuff, this is a channel for you, so make sure to hit subscribe down below. I have the heat on. I don't know what Alyssa's doing, but you guys know Alyssa and German. If you don't already, this is Alyssa and German.
Hello.
We're all car people.
Yes. Welcome
to Chatting in Cars with Craig. Today's video is about how much I dislike Toyotas, and you like them. They make you money. I hate them. I despise Toyotas, and I don't use the word hate because it's just a negative word. You guys know the game. What am I driving today? Comment down below. I'll give you a hint. It's the same car we've been driving in every other Chatting in Cars with Craig video recently.
True.
So today's topic is about Toyota. I am not a fan of Toyota, and I'm going to tell you why, and German's going to tell you why he likes Toyota. But I think we're going to be talking about two different types of Toyotas in this video. So number one, I'm going to talk about the Tundra. Toyota Tundra. I'm going to talk about Toyota people and the Tundra. So I have a Toyota Tundra, an 04 Tundra, unbelievably clean. It is straight. It looks great on the outside. So nice. It drives great, drove great. Super clean. I have a friend that is a complete Toyota nerd, and the people that are into Toyotas are total Toyota nerds. This guy absolutely loves Toyotas. I don't get it. Swears by this thing. He's owned it. What is this, your second one?
My second one. It's been 9.5 years. I think years on.
You plow with it, you tow with it.
Yeah, the thing's awesome.
It's been good to you. Has the frame been done on this?
Yep.
Jeez, maybe I just got a dud. If you're watching this, you know you're a Toyota nerd. I call you a Toyota nerd. They know everything there is to know about Toyota. Like, oh, let me look at this one little spot on the upper inside control arm, whatever. They know every flaw of Toyota. A Ford guy comes and looks at his F-150, he likes it, he buys it, he's gone. A Toyota guy gets on their back and starts digging at the inner left corner frame rail. So if these are problematic areas, why does Toyota have such an amazing name? My Tundra, I'm going to show you a quick video of my Tundra right now. Here is our Toyota Tundra, and if you look in here, it's the original frame. And it's not rotted, but everyone that wants a Tundra wants a brand new frame. Here's the bad part. There's the rear end. I mean, I couldn't get a rear end, so I even tried to JB weld it just as a temporary fix, and it just wouldn't do it. So that rear end, I'm stuck with the truck because I can't get a rear end like this. All right, welcome back. So the Toyota Tundra has the rear drive shaft completely rotted. We live in New England. They rot and they're unserviceable. There's no cover that I can just replace. The back cover rots on the Tundra and you can't replace it. So I've had this Tundra for over a year because I can't find a new rear end for it. So we sold the car, the rear end rotted, the fluid leaked out and he ruined the rear end. On top of that, Toyota has the frame recall. So everybody that looks at this Tundra, first thing they look for is the frame. Mm-hmm. Now it's a solid frame. Is it a new frame? No. But every Toyota buyer wants it to have a new frame. Mm-hmm. They all want it to have a new frame. Is it a new frame? No. But is it a good frame? It's a decent frame. It's not in bad shape, but it's the original frame. So now every single Toyota nerd, I call them rocket scientists because they know everything there is to know about Toyotas, and they ask for pictures and they have me crawl. So before they even come out, oh, can you crawl under the car in the snow, in the rain, whatever, and take pictures of this spot? I've never had a Chevy or Ford guy ever ask me those questions. But every time I get a Toyota buyer, it's an email, text, or phone call asking for photos of specific areas or a video, and it's just time consuming over and over and over, the same thing over and over to these Toyota buyers. So it's frustrating for me. Why even buy a Toyota? And what's weird is that Toyota has such an amazing name. Oh, it's gonna run forever. Yeah, if you change the timing belt in a pickup truck. A pickup truck has a rubber belt that needs to be changed. That seems a little silly to me. Hey, guess what? Once again, we're towing the Tundra because even though we just did a rear end and emergency brake cables and a shifter cable, it now needs a starter, and the starter, guess what, is under the intake manifold. So now, when Toyota buyers are buying Toyotas, they're looking at, has the timing belt been replaced in your pickup truck? Is the frame been replaced? The entire frame of the truck? Has the entire frame of the truck been replaced? Yes or no, then forget it, the deal is done, which seems silly that alone. How's the rear end? Well, I had to get a rear end shipped up from Missouri because I finally found one. I did get one. So I found a guy that had a rear end, no rust. But now I'm doing a rear end job. And you know what? Eventually it's gonna rot out again because they're unserviceable. So that Tundra I despise. I did a new rear end. While it was up on the lift, I found a new hole in the frame. We finished the rear end, we went to start it, it wouldn't start. It is straight, it looks great on the outside. So after we did the rear end, we went to start it, wouldn't start. Had to replace the starter. Pulled it out, everything's done. About to go take it to the frame guy, and look what we find right here. That would be transmission fluid. Everything is needed, we've done. And something goes after we fix the last thing. So now we're detailing it and washing it, getting it ready for sale. And look what we find. That appears to be transmission fluid now. Just can't win with this thing. I have a Lexus LS400. My Toyota nerd friend, same thing, loves Lexus LS400s, old ones from the 90s, because they're unbelievable. What are you taking notes?
No.
Oh, all right. They're super nice cars. The fit and finish, I'll give them credit, are incredible. It's a Coach edition, so Coach, the purse company, actually did the leather on the car. So here is my Lexus LS400. It's a 97 Lexus LS400 4-liter V8 Coach edition. Coach edition means that it was sent out to the Coach factory, the company that makes the purses. All the leather was done by Coach, embossed floor mats by Coach. It's actually an amazing car. One owner too. It's a 97 Lexus that's a one owner. That's unbelievable to find something like this. So the one thing I'll say about Lexus is the caliber of ownership. The people that buy Lexus know quality because they're built with quality, and typically they care for these cars. This is a 97. So you get the LS400 embossed Coach edition floor mats, different seating, full glove boxes with like CD changer. These cars really are awesome. And I would not see, like we have an 02 Ford Mercury Sable that's rotted underneath. And it has 102,000 miles or whatever. So the value on these is tremendous. The value on those is obsolete. There is no value on those. So I'll give Lexus credit on that. But a 10-hour labor time on a starter is a little ridiculous. So I give him credit for how nice, like the fit and finish on this 97 Lexus LS400 is. One owner, just all the options. They look not like a 97. Runs great. Needs a starter. Yes. So this car needs a starter. All of a sudden, starter goes. No big deal, we'll do a starter. The starter's located underneath the intake plenum. 10 hours. 10 hours labor time, book time, to replace a starter on that Lexus LS400. So now I have a car that's super nice, that's 23 years old. It's 23 years old, that I have to do a 10-hour starter on before I can even sell it. Forget if it needs any work. I just can't even start it and have anybody test drive it because it won't start. So we have to spend 10 hours plus the cost of a starter on a Lexus. That doesn't seem like that great of a car to me. I can change a Ford Focus starter in an hour. So where's the engineering in putting a starter under the intake plenum? The entire thing has to come off. 10 hours to replace. That's why I dislike Toyota. Transversely, conversely, whatever, opposite of me, yes, we got you. Tell me about why you like Toyotas.
I love Toyota. Absolutely love selling Toyotas. Toyota quality sells itself.
Wood grain inside the glove box. Like, we're talking about fit and finish. Heated seats, obviously. Fit and finish, we have wood grain inside the glove box.
So Craig puts a Toyota Sienna, I think it was an 03, 06 Toyota Sienna online that we took it on trade, clean it up, and stuff. Put it on there for like $1,800, $1,900.
It's like 210,000 miles.
Yes.
Yeah. But Alyssa cleaned it. Remember the blue van? I think you cleaned it. It was a minivan.
Yeah.
So Alyssa went through it. I listed it for what I thought was too much money.
Yes.
And then you got the calls.
The calls, like 20 plus calls within an hour that the thing was listed. I think sell Toyotas in Boston, anywhere in Massachusetts. Sell them to guys that are gonna send them overseas. This way, once you sell it, they're gone and gone forever. Pay cheap money and get your profits, and just sell them to people that are gonna send them overseas.
We
High
have that
miles,
Corolla.
yes, the Corolla. We have a 1999 Corolla that's gonna be up for sale soon. Again,
205K on it. Runs perfect.
Body's good, nice tires all around. Actually takes a sticker even though we don't want to put a sticker on it. But safety is all up to specs. Again, I bet you as soon as Craig posts that Toyota quality, I don't think it'd be here, by the way.
So we're probably talking two different Toyota types.
No,
we have the Camry coming in. I have a 99 Camry coming in that I know is gonna fly. You sell them so fast. You have more patience than I do to sell those things, and I don't. But I guess, like, the guy buying a Tundra is a very different buyer than the guy buying a 205,000 mile Sienna or Corolla. So maybe it's the price range.
I think it might be the price range, and
buyer
I think
type.
probably you spend a little more than you should have on that.
The Tundra. Yeah, but they're worth a ton. They're worth more than they should be.
They are, but but Toyotas, like I said, you have to buy low to sell mediocre. This way you're attracting that particular...
That's a Honda and Toyota problem. There's no such thing as buy low on a Toyota and Honda, and that's why I don't buy many of them.
Yes.
And which is the reason I like them. Again, I could buy a Ford Focus, short money, sell it short money, and there's a million of them. But a Toyota with 205,000 miles is still too much money. Civic. You have a Civic.
Yep.
Ton of money.
Yeah.
Civics are way too much money. So I don't even buy. I don't even look at it at the
gas,
auction.
Though. So good on gas.
Good on gas, reliable.
Yeah.
You should start
really reliable.
looking for private sales.
Yeah.
One owners. Because usually the ones that we really do good with, if you really think about it, are like the ones we taking on trade.
So what do you think is the Toyota to be selling? Because I find that the Tundra is not. The Sequoia, I've had a ton of Sequoias.
I think the people who want to buy Tundras are the ones who buy them like brand new.
Yeah, but I find that there are all types of buyers for the Tundras, but they're all Toyota nerds. 100% of them have been Toyota nerds.
I think the thing to sell for Toyotas would be like Toyota Camrys and like small cars like that. People my age buy those.
Economy
like,
cars.
So quick.
And the family vehicles.
Yeah.
High miles for the single moms. They're gonna be dependable.
Yeah. Yeah.
The small ones for like first time drivers, dependable, and good on gas.
And they pull way more money than I think they should.
Oh yeah.
But you get it.
Definitely.
Quickly.
Definitely.
And which is why I guess car dealers would pay more for these cars, because they don't carry them very long. So that Corolla is going to sell in a matter of a few days. That Sienna we had sold the first day, which I guess if I'm paying more but making less, but I'm selling them in a day, you can just focus on turnover instead of profit, like gross profit. So that's my opinion versus German's opinion, with Alyssa's experience on Honda about selling and buying Toyotas. So in summary, here's what I've come up with. The Toyota Tundra was an absolute pain in the butt to sell, but every time I have a cheap Toyota, a Camry or a Corolla, they fly. It's the same with the Honda Civic and the Honda Accord. The cheap cars sell really, really quickly. People like the reliable, inexpensive economy cars, but the trucks to me aren't a real truck. It's a kind of a novelty truck with a rubber timing belt and all the cheap plasticky lightweight doors. Doesn't say truck to me. It's more of an economy or an efficiency truck for somebody that doesn't really need a truck. And the people that are buying the Toyota Tundras and the Sequoias really know their business, so I have to give them credit for that. But in my end, selling those things, it's a lot more work to sell those things, and they can be very problematic, whereas a Ford or a Chevy is very easy to repair, and I know the common problems as well as the parts being less expensive. And moreover, I always buy my wife either a Honda Odyssey or a Toyota Sienna. I love them. I think they're so comfortable and they're super reliable. But I really have to hunt down hard to find a nice limited or a touring model when it comes to the Honda Odyssey. They're really difficult to find. But when I go to resell them, they sell in a flash. But I have to speak to dozens and dozens of people asking the same questions over and over. And typically, the first person to come look at it, as long as it's a clean one, does buy it. So it does say a lot for the Toyota and Honda. Now we could go on by saying, Craig, maybe that Toyota Tundra was just a lemon, maybe it was a dud. Well, maybe it was a dud, but I actually ended up selling it to somebody and he knew exactly what he was getting into and he took it on as a project himself, so he knew what he was getting into and it made it a little bit easier, but even though it was a project, I had still spent thousands of dollars on that truck. So let's just say that one was a dud and we'll call it a wash. But it's still a manufacturer that built Tacomas and Tundras that had the frames notoriously rot, so much so that they had to recall millions of trucks. And the reason that frame wasn't done was because they said it wasn't bad enough to replace the frame. So eventually it's going to be, but it was out of date for the recall. So yeah, the frame should have been replaced at this point, but it had been past that recall opportunity. So now it's just a really crusty frame on a really nice truck. So let's forget the truck. Let's say it's not the truck. The customers were a lot of work to deal with versus selling a Chevy and a Ford, which are always much simpler. Okay, so let's move past the rotted frames on every Toyota and Tundra truck that had to be recalled. Millions and millions of trucks had to be recalled because they built frames that were rotting. Let's talk about the Takata airbags that were exploding spontaneously and blowing shrapnel in people's faces. You can't even replace those Takata airbags with airbags. So right now people either don't have airbags or they have airbags that can spontaneously explode in their faces. That's what Toyota's producing, and that's what I have against them. I think that's enough for today. I hope you guys got the point of what I'm going for versus what German's going for. It's two very different sides. I hope this was interesting for you and also informative. If it was, do me a favor, make sure to subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and tell me what you did and didn't like about this video and what we should do in other videos. Every time you give us a comment or a thumbs up, it helps boost our algorithm so our videos grow, which helps our channel grow, which helps us make better videos for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Adios.